Good morning, tribe. It's Karen Crony with Beneath the Veil Astrology, and I'm here today because I wanted to speak a little bit about this full moon in Leo. Forgive me the way that I do these as far as videoing the screen. I'm still not technically able to understand how to screen share, so if anyone wants to help me with that, I am open for learning. So I wanted to come on today and really focus on the energy. This is the way that I feel and read planets and read and understand. We all can sort of look at these planets and we say, we know that the attributes of a Leo moon, how it wants to, full moon, wanting to release anything else but the ability to love and be creative and be free in that, in a sense, and allow the self to reveal itself in that regards. But when we have all these other transits that are here, there's an underlying message. Now the Leo full moon is aspecting Mars in Sag, which is quite beautiful. It's very fiery. So there's a lot of, with this full moon, this releasing, but yet it's almost like a new story being created and actually us moving towards that new story. So the beauty of this is just in real a sense of, it does feel like there's a sense of freedom, like freeing ourselves and moving towards this, this new story. And anything else that's getting in the way of this new story, which is, the old things that we had just been releasing over the end of 2019 into 2020, we have been releasing a lot. So we've all felt that. We've all been feeling these certain energies. So this is a beautiful time in the Leo full moon to meditate and just give yourself the opportunity to release even the thought of the releasing, because we all feel that. It's almost like we've had a big loss because we've come into this new energy. Now we are creating the new story. So, maybe this is a chance and an opportunity to fully release the, that old stuff, and that even thinking about that of all of we've released. In fact, I think this is going to be the last time I talk about it, unless it's pertinent to the forward energy. So, really releasing that whole, really releasing even the thought of what we've released, and really stepping fully, creatively, and heartfully forward into this new story, wherever it will lead us. But if we go with a clean slate and we're open to the possibility, and we can stay in the positive state, then we can really create something beautiful, actually even more beautiful than we ever have. Now, with, this Pluto aspecting here, as you can see, this green line where Leo is aspecting Pluto, it is that total transformation. That's why I think this is a great opportunity to finally release all of the essence of what we've released. So that just confirms it there. Now, with the sun in Aquarius, always forward thinking, really wanting to move forward pretty fast. But we have Mercury in Pisces, sort of a slower energy, and an energy that's moving in the flow and it's aspecting this North Node in Cancer. So it's about us communicating what we want to feel, and part of this whole new story, but communicating in the depths of what we really want to feel. And Venus was just there, so we've all sort of got back into the beauty and communicating heartfelt, you know, and gotten in touch with our own hearts. And so now we have this is the main theme here, is we have this aspect of Chiron sitting next to Aries during this full moon on the 9th. And it will be around 9:30 Eastern time and about 12:30 Pacific time. And it's really interesting for me to communicate about this because in my own chart, I have Venus conjuncting Chiron in my Pisces house. And I actually specialize in Chiron, in healing the Chiron and going into it. So it really has, you know, as it being in Aries, it's all of us, the collective, the I am of all of us. We're all feeling a little bit insecure, a little bit unsure, and that can be really beautiful if we're not stuck in the wounded energy. Since I have this in my chart, I felt both. I feel the innocence always of my heart, but in the years prior, as I was still in this wounding and I hadn't transmuted it and healed it, I felt like something was wrong. And I felt it in my heart. So perhaps collectively we're feeling that, especially with all the things that have been going on. So I want to say that this is a great opportunity to understand that this feeling is not a new feeling collectively. Hundreds of years, this transit has taken place before, and if you think about 100 years ago, imagine collectively when there was huge wars and things going on, the recessions and all kinds of things happening where people felt wounded in their hearts. They felt something was wrong and it wasn't right, and it affected their hearts. And they could see what was wrong on the outside, but they didn't understand truly what their personal story was around that reflection of the internal heart. So the idea here is to, during this full moon, as you're releasing the old story, to tune into your heart and allow yourself to truly recognize that it's here for you to alchemize and recreate. For example, if we're feeling this feeling, and we all kind of did, like collectively, I feel like with the death of Kobe Bryant, and we're all freaking out about the coronavirus and all these other things, which again, I'm not going to mention again after this video, because we're releasing all of that. But we're left with Venus being here, this feeling in our hearts of woundedness. And is it all just going to end, and things like that. So there's quite an interesting feeling there. So it is about us coming to terms with this aspect of our hearts and allowing ourselves to understand that what we move forward in the energy of that in our hearts, that is what we will create and experience. So as you move forward, allow your heart to guide you with your heart's intelligence in the newness, not of what has happened in the past. So it's kind of hard to address this collectively, because everybody is going to feel this in their heart in a little bit of a different way. So, for example, when I do work with clients in healing their chirons, it is always linked to past life. And actually, it's something that we've created to rework, I guess you could say, and alchemize it in this lifetime. And actually, it's there for us to create something really beautiful, to understand that we are the creator of what our hearts feel. So with that feeling, which is valid because we feel this, but we're also in charge of moving forward and speaking into our heart, all is well. And as we start to alchemize this energy with Chiron there, we have the ability to create something as in alchemizing this energy that's really, really beautiful. Now, the work that I do with people, it goes into past life. It goes into the real true node, real true tones of where our Chiron is and why we chose it to be there, and how to alchemize that, because that's really what it's there for. A lot of us feel that the wound is just there for us to feel wounded, and it is there for us to feel wounded, but it is there for us to more recognize that woundedness and then do something with it to create quite a treasure. Chiron is, in our charts, it shows where we have the ability to have one of the most beautiful treasures, and for us to appreciate that treasure. But if we sit in that woundedness and we don't do anything with it, and we don't alchemize it, then we're creating that. But I tell you, it goes much deeper, because some of us, as we feel our chirons, we feel a deep, deep feeling of a past life happenings. And that is not necessarily going to happen again. But we can stay in this mode of feeling, especially here in brokenheartedness, unless we take the initiative to move forward in this newness. If you want to work with me, we go deep. I channel this, and we go deep into past life, and we find the actual specifics in how to recode and transmute and alchemize this energy. And it's something that I cannot really speak to unless I'm doing it personally with you. So I will leave a link below to do a Chiron session with me. And for all of us, just move forward and realize that this is an opportunity to create something divinely beautiful. Blessings to you all, and happy full moon in Leo. It is time for us to move forward in our hearts, in the newness, to create something beautiful. Blessings to you all.